Good morning, everybody. Hello, hello. It's Wednesday, not Thursday. It's Wednesday, October 28th, 2020. Good morning, everybody. I hope you're doing well. Here in Texas, it is like 30 something degrees. It's freezing and rainy, so fun. But anyway, I hope everybody's doing great. Say hi as you come on. Hey, Rhonda, good morning. My name's Jennifer Cotton, and I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Midlothian, Texas. And what that means is I teach people how to make cards, like greeting cards, scrapbook pages, gift packaging, home decor pieces, and more with stamps, ink, and paper, basically, and lots of cool stamping tools. Hey, everybody. I loved it. I think Jackie said it's freezing, which for us here in Texas, that is what it feels like. Good morning, Jewel. Jackie. Oh, Charlotte said it's freezing. Thanks for sharing, Rhonda. Good morning, Christine. Valerie, top of the morning to you. Hey, Chris. And Linda in Mansfield. Hey, Landa. Good morning. Hey, Terry. Good to see everybody. So I've been a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator for 19 years now. Hey, Catherine. Hey, Sherry. And so I do this as a full-time job. So when you guys comment on the video, that helps the video be seen by more people. So that is why I ask you to comment, and then I will enter you into a drawing to win the 3 cards I'm going to make today. And hey, Pat, watching while you work. Debbie shared. Thank you. Good morning, Debbie. Jewel. Zeta will hit this evening. Already getting some of the rain. Is that Zeta? Is that the hurricane? I'm so out of it right now. Hopefully you're safe. I don't know. I haven't seen the news this morning. But hopefully you're, it's just rain and stuff. Pat, watching while you work. Shirley, good morning. Jen, good morning. Susan is in San Antonio. Nice. Hey, Pam in North Carolina. And Pat, Cindy, thank you guys. Okay, so today the 3 cards I'm going to make are with the Snowflake Wishes bundle. Yay! Love this so much. There are dies that go with it. They're called so many snowflakes, and I'll show you those when we make them. And then there's an embossing folder as well. And I'll be using all those in our projects today. And I want to show you some things I've received recently before I go in with all my advertisements and stuff. But this is from Karen, and it's so adorable. I do not have the directions for how she made it, but there's like a pocket right there that opens up. You can put whatever you want in there. It's cloudy and cool there too, Susan. Yes, cloudy, or I think it's rainy in Austin where my daughter is too. Anyway, isn't that adorable? Thank you, Karen. And then I got some cards recently. This one was from Ruby, and I think that Ruby, she sent me a check in it, went into the vault of cards she's made at my classes from years ago. Some of you may recognize this. The point, what was that? It's like a paisley background stamp. And anyway, so cute. Thank you, Ruby. And Oma has sent me a couple of cards lately, I think without money in them. Oma's a great card sender. This one was from a paper pumpkin kit, but I think she embellished it some herself. And then this was just her own design, I'm sure. I don't remember if we made that in class. And last but not least, Sharon Fisher sent me this card with some money in it as well. So thank you guys very much. Love getting mail like that, as everybody does. That's why we're into card making, right? Okay, so as you come on, say hi. Like I said, I don't know if I got off track, but I was saying that helps my business since I do this full time. If you say hi, so you'll be entered into that drawing. And then if you share the video, that helps me as well. That's where you click the button that says share and you post the video to another location on Facebook. And so comment that you shared, like just the word share as a comment if you do that, so you can get entered again. Hey Sandy, North Myrtle Beach. Linda, good morning in Idaho. Yes, very cute. Pat and Jackie. Hey Oma, good morning. Terry. Dana, good morning. I think I missed some of you guys. Okay, so if you see anything you like today and you want to place an order, you will, if your online order is $25 or more with my monthly host code, which you'll see when I point the camera down, it'll be posted in the description of this video. It's on my blog, it's in my emails, but it's a little code you enter on the checkout screen where you see your total. Then below that you see a plus sign for coupon code, skip that, plus sign for host code, and you type it in there. You'll get if it's $25 or more, you'll get a class packet to make these 4 cards. So everything's going to be cut, die cut, punched, embossed, everything possible will be, and it will be ready for you to just stamp and assemble with the Poinsettia Petals stamp set. So I showed these 2 cards on last week's Facebook Live, so you can go back and watch that if you didn't get to see it. And then there's a couple more that you'll get as well in your kit. So, and then if your order's $50 or more with that host code, you also get a free full accessory. So you get 2 gifts when you do 50 or more. And I do combine all your orders throughout the month, so if it ends up adding up to 50, you're good. And by the way, this ends October 31st, so 3 more days, 3 days, I guess if you count today, 4 days, to get that order in. And if your order online is $150 or more, I'll still give you my gifts, but don't use the host code. And by not using the code, when it hits $150, Stampin' Up! Gives you at least $15 in free merchandise. So keep that in mind. Okay. And on that kit, you do provide your own stamps and ink. And I provide all the paper and stuff done for you. Okay, so coming up in November, my November newsletter, which is an email, will go out by November 1st, knock on wood. And it'll have the links to all these events I'm going to tell you about. And they, but the links for most of them aren't out yet. And I was going to say something else. Oh, they're November classes. Like, my gosh. So, the first is my monthly classes. I do these every month. Anyone in the U.S. can take them. They are, there's 4 to choose from, live or to go, where you use your own stamps, or to go where you pick up a tub of supplies from my porch for 24 hours. So 3 options. Do it yourself at home, anywhere in the U.S. Do it yourself at home with my supplies, or attend the live class. So the live class is November 21st. If you take it to go, your kits will be ready for pickup by November 21st or mailed by November 23rd, and you can add on shipping when you register. All 4 classes have the tub checkout option. All 4 use only 1 stamp set per class, so you don't have to buy 20 million stamps to be able to complete your projects. They all include a written PDF tutorial, and of course you can add shipping, and you only add it 1 time if you take 1, 2, 3, or 4 classes. And you can also purchase tutorials only for all 4 for $30, but my team gets those free. So if you're on my team, which most of y'all are, don't purchase that because you're going to get it free. Okay, so we have card class. I'm going to show you last month's card class projects. This month we're using Celebration Tidings, and I'll show that stamp set real quick here in a sec. But these are the ones from last month where we used In the Pines. So 4 different cards using the 1 stamp set. And of course we pre-die cut and emboss and all that, everything we can for you. For $15 or free with a $20 order. Where's my catalog? And so, if you want to get that class free, you place a $20 order with a different host code, which I'll give you, and then you'll get those 4 cards for free. Of course, you stamp with your own stamps at home. Okay, so it's on page 58, Celebration Tidings, from our holiday catalog. Woohoo! The awesome holiday catalog that's going to be good until the very beginning of January, sorry. Anyway, and here's Celebration Tidings. So we're going to do fall, not Halloween, of course, because that'll be over, but fall and Christmas cards with this one. And of course, we'll use the dies, which I'm using today as well because they're so awesome. So that's card class. Scrapbook class, these are the ones we made last month. We made this one. Very awesome. We made this one. Page 2. And I do have a couple of extra kits for this class. If anyone is interested, you'll just provide your own stamps. And then we made this one. That's page 1. In November, we're making this one, page 2. I have my little sticky note to remind me. This is page 2 that we'll be making in November, which can stand alone as well. And then we'll be making a 2-page layout from, I have to find it on my notes, Peace and Joy. So it'll be a Christmas layout that we're doing in November. And Peace and Joy is on page 18 in this catalog. By the way, if you need this catalog, I can mail it to long distance. If you're very local, you can just pick it up off my porch. There's still some out there. But Peace and Joy, I've been so, ever since I saw this catalog, I was like, that's going to make a great scrapbook page because these words are so big. Of course, the stamps in our catalogs are shown at full size, so that's how big those are. And then there's all these dies that cut the words out, and there's 3 layers. It's awesome. So, anyway, that's scrapbook class. $15 for 3 12x12 pages, free with a $20 order. And, again, live to go, all that stuff. Okay, the next 2 classes that I offer each month are product-based, so that means the price is different. The pricing structure is different. It includes product with your fee. And, excuse me, I should take a drink of water. Hey, Alejandra, good morning. Hey, Janet. Thanks for sharing, Linda. I know I've seen some more people come on. Sandy, good morning. And Cindy, watching in North Dakota, yay. Okay, so both of these, Sampler and Stamp-A-Stack, I'm starting a new club. I will be getting my emails together. I'm still setting up the links and all that stuff over this weekend and getting emails out about that. And so if you join either of the club, and you can join both, but if you join either, they are the same price as buying the class. But once you are in the club for 6 consecutive months, you're going to get $25 in free merchandise. So classes you're already purchasing, join the club instead. It'll be a recurring payment on PayPal, and then you will get rewarded at the end of 6 months. And it's every 6 months. So if you do another 6 months, you'll get it, and so on. So Sampler class is my monthly home decor class. This is the one from this month, from October. Next month will be Christmas with poinsettia petals. That's going to make a gorgeous sampler, by the way. I haven't designed it yet, but I know it's going to be gorgeous. So this was the one from this month. I think I have 1 or 2 left. I can't remember now, but I might. If you're interested, I can check. This class is $28, sorry, and it includes over $20 in merchandise, plus everything cut, punch, die cut. So like for this one, just to give you the example, we didn't die cut this leaf because you had to stamp it first, but you could hand cut it out. But this leaf was die cut. This piece was embossed. This was die cut for you. This was die cut, die cut, die cut. Like, we pre-do what we can for you. And then you just stamp with your own stamps and assemble. And then you can frame it like this one from the month before. And it makes a great home decor piece. It makes a great gift, etc. Plus you have the $20 in merchandise, and you give extras that you can keep and you know, use on other projects. Sorry. Okay, So that sampler, you can purchase the class only, a one-time purchase, or you can join the club. And you can cancel the club at any time. So if you don't make your full 6 months, you just don't get the reward, but you can cancel at any time. And then the other one is Stamp-A-Stack. So I think this one's a really awesome value. You're going to, again, do the club or just purchase it. For $30, you get 12 cards and over $20 in merchandise to use on your cards. And you're always going to have leftover, you know, designer paper or embellishments or whatever. So 12 cards, $20 in merchandise. It costs $30. And of course, you can add shipping to these. And when you join the club, you can join with or without shipping, because a lot of my customers are local and they like to pick up. And this month, we're going to use the Snowflake Wishes bundle, which is the bundle I'm using today on our cards. These are not the cards from the class that I'm making today, but you can imagine how awesome they will be once you see this today, if you don't love that already. So there's 4 designs each month, and you make 3 of each. So these are the ones from last month. And we, again, die cut, punch, whatever we can for you. I mean to mention, hey, Tommy, I'm saying everyone's names wrong today. For sampler and Stamp-A-Stack, because the designer paper is included with your fee, you cut that yourself, but we cut everything else like normal. And that would be 12 cards, 3 of each design. So hopefully you'll join my club. Remember, it's no obligation. You can cancel at any time, but you'll get rewarded after 6 consecutive months. Okay, I have Stamping Online Bingo coming. We're going to use that same Peace and Joy bundle that I showed you for scrapbook class. Peace and Joy with the big words. Actually, it's the same stamp set that I used for this class last month. But what we're going to make for Stamping Bingo online is gift tags and gift card holders with that bundle. And anyone can do bingo in the U.S. because it's on Zoom. It's not in person this time. And your deadline to sign up is November 15th. Oh, I should have given you dates on the other classes. Let me look real quick. So live class is November 21st. Your deadline to sign up for card and scrapbook is that's not correct. Let me look at my calendar. It says October, so I know it's wrong. It is my November calendar. So deadline to sign up for scrapbook and card is November 19th, but to sign up for the club or the individual classes for Stamp-A-Stack and Sampler is November 16th. Okay, then bingo, sign up by November 15th. Bingo will happen on November 28th. That's a Saturday after Thanksgiving, and it's at 6:30 p.m. Central Time. So sign up by November 15th. We will mail you a packet to make at least 4, but probably more, gift tags and gift card holders using Peace and Joy bundle. We'll mail you some extra supplies with that, like designer papers and embellishments and stuff, so a little goodie bag. Then we'll meet together on Zoom that night. We always open doors up 30 minutes early, and we'll play bingo for you to have a chance to win some prizes. So your fee, which is $42 with shipping or $34 without shipping, is going to include your bingo card, some product for you to use, like I said, your minimum 4 make and takes, cut, punch, die cut, ready for you to stamp and assemble. 6 games of bingo, other prize drawings, and of course a fun evening. So any questions on any of this, let me know. Like I said, the links will be coming out by November 1st. And I had another thought about bingo, but I lost it. So anyway, that's what bingo is. And then coming soon, Saturday, December 12th, sneak peek event. This is a live event in Midlothian, Texas. It's the January to June mini catalog and celebration sneak peek event. We demonstrators get to see, if we signed up for, hey Cindy, thanks for sharing. And Sandy says hi to Cindy. Hey Tommy, I guess I missed a couple of you guys. So if we signed up for Stampin' Up's On Stage at Home, which by the way, I have my box here. I had to see which side it's on. I don't want to show the inside yet because some people haven't received their box, but look how big this box is of goodies we got. Now, we did have to register and pay for this if we chose. It was an option. And there's all kinds of awesome goodies in here. Another perk of being a Stampin' Up demonstrator. And then if your title was Silver, Elite, or above with Stampin' Up, you also got a gift, another gift as well. So again, I'm not going to show what's inside yet in case someone hasn't received theirs yet and they like surprises. But that event is online, of course, because of COVID, and it's next week. So it's like 3 days next week, I think Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And long story short, we get to see those catalogs at this event. We get to see them online. We get to see stamping demonstrations from Stampin' Up and other demonstrators. Of course, we get prizes, and it's going to be awesome. So at that time, I'll get to see and figure out what I'm going to use in this sneak peek event. So if you're local, you can attend live and use all my stamps and all that stuff. Christine got her box today. Yay! I got mine early. Like, I usually am not the one that gets stuff before other people. But the first day that other people started receiving those boxes, which I think was Saturday, I got mine. But then a lot of my team members got theirs the next day and the next day and the next day, and they're slowly trickling in. Of course, we're depending on the post office for that. So, who else? Oh yeah, that's just Christine still got hers. Anyway, it's very exciting. Very exciting. Anyway, I don't want to say what's in there, but I'll share it with you guys later. So the sneak peek event is going to be 10 projects from the new catalogs. Now, there is a to-go version, but you can only buy the stamps and stuff early if you're a Stampin' Up demonstrator. So Pat says she finally received hers. It went to your neighbor. Oh no. I had someone who purchased my retreat in a box, and the the tracking said it was delivered at this time on this day. She's like, I didn't get it. It's not here. The very next day, the mail person brought it to her, delivered it. So, you know, I guess COVID. Anyway, so yeah, mail is crazy. Sorry, I saw a text on my phone that I should reply to, but I can't right now. So, $45, add shipping if you take it to go. And then another option is if you're really into stamping and you want to take the class to go, you could wait and purchase whatever stamps we use in January when they go live. Okay, I have a new paper share coming soon. Of course, it will happen in January because that's when our new books will be out. And that's where you get a sample of every new paper from our new catalogs that come out. So this is just a way sneak peek ahead of time, but I'm doing it as an event with April and Alejandra. Thanks for the hearts. And it's going to be an online event around January 27th through 31st. We still have to work together and pick a date. Details coming soon, but it will be a paper share with make and takes and a little online party. So keep that in mind. It's coming soon. I am doing a paper share for the new catalogs in January. Okay, don't forget the designer paper sale ends October 31st. 15% off 15 different designer papers. There'll be a link to this flyer as a comment in this video when I'm done. So look for a comment from me towards the top. And it'll have this flyer, a link to this flyer, I should say. Lots of awesome papers, including the Snowflake Splendor, which I'm using today, Plaid Tidings, which I'm using today. They're 15% off, no limit and no minimum, so you can buy 1 or 20, whatever you want. I think those are the only 2 I'm using today that are on sale, but they really picked some awesome papers. They're all great, so check that out. And of course, if you are a Stampin' Up demonstrator, then you get your discount on top of any sale prices. We always qualify if we go over $150. We qualify for host benefits. Like, there's so many benefits of being a demonstrator. in addition to getting to be on a team, like my team, for example, where some of us are gathering safely next week. There are probably close to 40 that paid and took the onstage event online, but about 20 of us are meeting next week in a hotel, like with a big conference room, so we can space out and stuff to be able to view and discuss together and stamp, of course. So anyway, being on the team is awesome. It's only $99. You choose 125 of anything you want, including, like, for example, right now, the pre-order of the curvy Christmas stuff and the curvy, quite curvy stuff, which I've been showing you guys on each video. These are available to you November 3rd, to demonstrators today. So you can choose pre-order stuff like this when you get our starter kit. Then if you're a demonstrator next week, yay, Pat is right, yay. We're very excited about our gathering next week. If you, what was I saying? Oh, if you are a demonstrator, then in November, you're going to get to see those new catalogs online, and in December, you're going to get to order from them. Now, as a side note, if you attended the on-stage event, we get to pre-order some stuff right after on-stage, select items, so very exciting. So anyway, any questions on any of this stuff, let me know. I can help you out. Hey, Sherry, good morning. Hey, Hannah. Trying to see. I like Pat's comment. I think she's a little excited. Okay, so last but not least, a quick reminder that if you want to get this, what appears to me to be a incredibly adorable paper pumpkin kit in November from Stampin' Up, you can sign up for it through me by November 10th. And what it is a kit that will include a stamp set, embellishments, and basically all the pieces you need to make 15 gift card holders. It's gingerbread themed. It looks like gingerbread houses are involved, assuming because of this die cut image of a house and this stamp image, which I'm sure y'all can barely see there, but it's a little gingerbread house. And that's just one of the stamps. I've got my Joy to the World kit. I do have one of these available. Yes, one available for sale. So this is last month's paper pumpkin kit, the October one, this month, I guess. And let me show you how amazing this kit is. There's information about how this is a worldwide kit and how you can participate in that. This stamp set is so cute. Look at that. It's exclusive. The only way to get this stamp set is in this kit. And you can't purchase it anymore, but I do have one available. There's instructions. There's always an ink. Correct, Sandy. This one is just jade. There's whatever embellishments you need. So there's some twine. And then there's always adhesive. These are Stampin' Dimensionals. And then whatever pieces you need to make the project. So there's some embossed paper here. Can you see that? Yeah. Like kind of sweatery. There's some glue dots. There's these die cut pieces that you punch out and attach to your project. And then look at the gorgeous words. And they have them in several languages, but of course English as well. So in English we have joy. It's upside down there. Love. Friend. No, that might be it. Oh, peace. Sorry. And peace. And then they have them in several other languages. And they have a little chart here for you to tell you what it says in the other languages. So, peace, joy, love in English, French, and German. And then there's a whole Facebook page, Facebook group you can join to connect with other people, not just demonstrators from all over the world. Those are the card bases. Stamp your greetings on these, and of course envelopes. It's an awesome kit. If you didn't get one, can you just buy November? Yes, Hannah, good question. So you can, if you only want November's kit, you can go to my website or contact me privately, you know, whichever. But you can place an order, and it's one of the items in our online store. It's called Paper Pumpkin 1 month kit. And when you do that, it's $22 plus tax and shipping. And then they email you a code to activate to get that month's kit sent to you. and that's a one-time purchase, no obligation. You can also use the link I'll post and subscribe so that you get it every month and you can cancel every time. It's cheaper if you subscribe because it's only $22 plus tax only. Shipping is included. But the single purchase can be added to a party. It can use my host code, all that stuff. And the single purchase can be 1 month, 3 month, 6 month, or 12 month. And it's a one-time pay, no continuing deduction. So both ways. Good question, Hannah. Thank you for asking. Hey, Joni. Good morning. Good morning, Martha. Did I miss anybody else? Susan, hey. Okay, so I'm going to point the camera down and make these cards. Thanks for listening to all my stuff as usual. You're welcome, Hannah. Any questions, of course, past what I said here, y'all can ask me privately if you need to. Okay, so let me turn it down and then I will, oh, why is that so crooked? I will, oh, there we go. Grab my supplies is what I'm trying to say. Okay, so for the first card, our card base is Seaside Spray, the name I always forget for some reason. I even put a sticky note telling me what it was. Anyway, Seaside Spray is our card base. That is a half sheet of 8.5 by 11 cardstock, so it's 5.5 by 8.5. Figure out which way that's crooked. 5.5 inches by 8.5. So I just cut it in half. You'll get 2 cards out of 1 piece of paper, and they will fit into the invitation size envelope. Can't figure out how that needs to go. That's my card base. Then I have a piece of Whisper White that is 4 by 5 1/4. And then trying to fix it. A strip of the plaid Tidings designer paper. This is a must-have paper. This is only half of a pack, but there's plaid, all kinds of plaid designs on each side, and all different color schemes. So you can really do every season as well as a non-season, like a birthday, whatever, like you name the kind of card you want to do. But you can of course do Valentine, Christmas, Halloween, fall. This is the one I'm using today for a Christmas card, which is Seaside Spray is one of the colors in there. But you can kind of see from looking here that there's just so many different color schemes. It's really awesome. And like always, they list all the colors used in the paper, and you can see here that it is a ton of colors. So lots of colors in there. Anyway, this one's on sale till the end of the month for $9.78. Why is that so crooked? And let me give you the measurements here. 1 3/4 by 5 1/4. 1 3/4, 5 1/4. And then I have a scrap of actually this is not Whisper White. I decided to use Shimmery White. It's a scrap. But I'm pretty sure it's not going to show on the camera. But there is a shimmer in this paper. Literally like just if you mixed glitter paint in with the formula. So I don't know if you can see it. And it is subtle, to be honest. And mine is a little off-white. And I don't know if it's because mine's really old or it comes that way. But it ends up looking really good on this card, so it's fine. But anyway, that's Shimmery White cardstock, which we do carry in our annual catalog. Teresa, oh, awesome. Yeah, this is because I'm going on a retreat weekend tomorrow. And that's why I'm here on Wednesday, by the way. I forgot to even address that at the beginning of the video. And next week, I don't think I can do a live, but if I do, it will be at the beginning of the week, Monday or Tuesday. So I just have to play that by ear because of the event with my team. But anyway, we'll play it by ear. Okay, so there we have those. I'm also going to use this, what is it called? Snowflake Splendor ribbon. So pretty. It's like iridescent if you haven't seen this in person, and it's pretty thick, like substantial. It looks kind of organdy, but it's not. It's one of those that I call it feels kind of like it has hairspray on it, like it's stiff. And then I'm also going to use the adhesive backed snowflake sequins. And last but not least, I have a scrap of Whisper White. Okay, so let's get started. That took like 30 minutes to say all my supplies. Okay, so the card base, I'm going to fold it in half. So I like to use my thumbnail and rest the paper against it on the table and align the two corners, and then pinch only one time and press really firmly with the bone folder for the rest of it. Pinch with my finger once and then fold with the bone folder. That makes the inside less wrinkled than if you just used your finger. And then at my live events, I always have people stamp the back with handmade, made with love, something like that, and sign their name. So I always recommend you do that first, because the biggest mistake people make on this is doing it the wrong direction. So if the card is supposed to go this way, they stamp it here, and if it's supposed to go this way, you get it. They do the opposite. And what you can do when that happens is make this become the front of your card, because usually you cover that up, and then you have a second chance to do the back. So that would be a step you do there. And then I'm going to stamp on these 3 pieces here. So I'll move that one as well. I'm going to scratch paper here. Got someone's name on there from a previous class. Okay, so from the stamp set, it's called Snowflake Wishes. It's awesome. Lots of snowflakes. All the images shown are smaller in the catalog. They're full size, but here they're smaller because they are large images, as you can see here. But lots of snowflakes. Some of them have the coordinating dies. There's background snowflakes, a couple of those, and lots of greetings to choose from. There's even Happy Hanukkah in this stamp set, so there's a little bonus for you there. There's a thank you. It's a really great stamp set. So the stamps I'm using for this card are Snowflake Wishes for a Merry Snowflake Wishes for a Merry Christmas. I can hardly read it on there. And then I put 3 of the smaller snowflakes on one clear block to make a background. And then I'm using these 2 larger snowflakes that have dies that cut them out. So I'm going to use Seaside Spray on this shimmery white is where I'm going to stamp the snowflakes that I'm going to die cut out. I want to, or you always want to ink gently, so I'm not pressing hard enough to touch this part to the ink pad, but lots of times all around. And I want 2 of each snowflake. And if you don't have a really firm table like mine, which is very smooth and firm, then you'll want to grab a Stampin' Pierce mat, which is a foam, a really dense, thick foam that you can put under your paper. I always have scratch paper on mine, and stamp, and then that'll give you a better image with photopolymer stamps. If you're having trouble with those kind of stamps, check your table surface. If it's too soft, if it's too bumpy, anything like that, you're not going to get a good image. I'm sorry. If it's flexible, any of that. And then I could either cut these apart by hand, you know, just loosely around and die cut, or grab the dies. I could lay it on my die cut machine where they are, or just basically make sure the dies aren't too close to each other. So yeah, these are far enough apart that they're not going to accidentally overlap and ruin one of the other dies. And so I would run it through and cut those 2, take those off, and then switch and run it through and cut these 2. So you just want to align, I pre-did these. You want to align the image perfectly. If you don't have a magnetic platform, you can grab a sticky note, grab one to show you. And once you have it aligned exactly how you want it, you just place that on top of everything, and that holds it in place as it goes through. And run it through your die cut machine. Of course, we have the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine from Stampin' Up. And I can't remember if I'm going to show it today or not, but I did pre-die cut these. But if I don't end up showing it today, just know that almost every other video in my catalog, you can go back and see how to use that machine. Very simple. And that's, of course, available in my online store. But these will have that little bit of shimmer in them because of the paper. And then that will look like this when they get die cut out. Super awesome. So there's that. And then on the, I'm like hiding my paper from myself. This piece here, which is 4 by 5 1/4, because that's 1/4 inch smaller than the front of the card, I'm going to stamp a background with these 3 snowflake images. So just kind of random, and I want them over to the right. This paper is going to go on the left, and I just left it where this is white here for whatever reason. There is not a good reason, I just did. So I just kind of turn it different directions, re-inking it each time, and making a little background there. You can even go back in and like fill in any white space. That's what your scratch paper is for, to catch any excess. Am I saying that right? Okay, so there's that. This is, I call this a country Christmas card, mainly because of the plaid and the color scheme. And then that yellow tint on there, to me, adds to that. And then last but not least, on this scrap of white, I'm going to stamp the greeting. It doesn't matter if it's crooked because I'm going to cut it out. There is a sequin stuck to my stamp. So it like actually stamped that sequin right there. That actually almost looks cute. Let me see if you can see that. It actually stamped that sequin image right there. Okay, anyway, but that wasn't on purpose. Okay, so for this greeting, we're going to hand cut it out. Just pull that out and close it up. So, like always, you want to, when you get to the bigger sections especially, you want to turn the paper with your left hand, if you're right-handed, instead of turning your scissors. You'll get a smoother cut. And also do this thing I call making long cuts, where you open your scissors pretty wide and keep cutting as long as you can before doing the, you know, reopening them basically. You will get smoother cuts that way. But when it's, there's just, to me, I go back and forth between moving the scissors versus moving the paper. It depends on which, you know, how the, where I'm at. I don't know how to put it into words. But there's times when one works better than the other, basically. I'm going to trim that off because it's in my way. And then here you can kind of just go straight, which is nice. And this doesn't have to be perfect. This technique, I love it. And I don't even like hand cutting stuff out, but I love the way it looks. And to me, a lot of times it makes me able to put a greeting where a strip would look funny. Okay, so we have all of our pieces. We can put this guy together. So, let's see what y'all are saying. Oh, thank you, Linda. I love the snowflakes too. Let me get this out of the way. Hey, Valley Chick, good to see you. Tracy, good morning. Teresa, thank you. You forgot to say hot tamale. Hey, GN, good morning. Where's my adhesive? Right here. And thanks for sharing, GM. Okay, so I'm going to use Stampin' Seal and get this card put together. So this one, this designer paper, of course, like pretty much always, is going to be flat on my card. And just like I said, I'll just leave that little white border on the left. I'm not wrapping any ribbon around this or anything like that, so I'm going to go ahead and put it on my card base. You don't need a ton of this Stampin' Seal. It's very strong. I like to hold my fingers under the paper like this so that I can block it from sticking down too much until I get it positioned where I want. Then these snowflakes, they look really, I'm going to use mini Stampin' Dimensionals and big ones. They look really nice when you layer them together. So I'm going to use a mini Stampin' Dimensional on the back of this one because the center is smaller. And then when you offset it, it makes such a gorgeous snowflake. So pretty. And you have the dimension and all that stuff. But then this one looks really good too when it's offset. I'm going to use half of a full Stampin' Dimensional. I've already cut those in half, which that's optional. You don't have to do that. And this one makes a really great one as well. What do y'all think? Linda, you were right. I love these colors too. They're really great. And like I said, I'm calling it a country snowflake. I mean a country, yeah, snowflake card, but who knows if it really is. To me, it looks country. So I put dimensionals on the back of those, and then I'm going to add some half dimensionals on the back of my greeting, like 3 half pieces. So our Stampin' Dimensionals, you can buy a pack of regular size, a pack of minis, and then we also carry them in black, and that pack comes with regular and mini. Okay, so let's add the snowflakes first. Actually, I'm just going to set this here so I don't put my snowflakes too low. And I want the larger one toward the top, the smaller one toward the bottom. Perfect. Add this greeting. I really liked how this card turned out. I just think the greetings cut like this, like they take up less space, which is not always necessary, but it's kind of cool. Susan, you love the snowflakes too. In these adhesive back snowflake, they're not called sequins. I keep calling them sequins. Adhesive back snowflakes. There's 2 colors. One has a pink tint and one has the more blue-green tint. So I'm going to use the blue-green for this card. I need my Stampin' Pierce tool. I mean, Stampin', that's the old name. Take Your Pick tool, which has also a stylus that can be attached on here. You can use the paddle end or the point, and then there's a glue, like, not a glue, a sticky end down there to pick up loose sequins and stuff. I got a phone call, so it paused. Okay, so I added a sequins to the center of each one, and then I'm going to add about 3 more sequins on here in 3 different spots. All right. And then it's almost done. I did decide to add a bow with this awesome ribbon. And actually, I believe this is the first time I've actually used this ribbon. For some reason, I keep forgetting that it exists. I don't know why. I bought it when it first came out, but there's not really a reason. Like, I'm not against it. I just forgot. So, but it matches these colors really well to me. And so, I made a little bow. I didn't really explain that, but that was a bunny ear bow, which I've demonstrated many times, but I apologize. I forgot to do it slowly if you haven't seen that before. Uh-oh. Kind of ripped my ribbon there. Okay, so bunny ear bow, and then I'll just mini glue dot this on. So mini glue dots. Don't touch the dot, pick up the embellishment with the dot, and I just put this bow like right there. So there we go, first card. Yay! See how you guys like that. Oh my goodness, the sequin stuck to my hair. So I really liked how it turned out. Like I said, kind of country. It doesn't have to be country, but could be. Here's the other one. Clean up my mess a little bit over here. Okay, moving on. Don't forget, if you just joined, if you comment, you will be entered to win the 3 cards I'm making today. And if you share the video, you'll be entered again, but you have to comment that you shared, so I will know. Okay, so this next card, the card base is Whisper White, 5.5, 8.5. That's a half sheet. Then I'm using a piece 4 by 5 1/4 of the Plush Poinsettia designer paper, which comes, it's vellum with a felt velvet design, and there's 3 designs in the kit. The holly, leaves, and berries, the one I'm using today, and then the poinsettias. And I just showed this paper on last week's Facebook Live. So I'm using that. And then I have a piece of Whisper White, which I die cut from the Celebration Labels dies. I mentioned these earlier in the video. And it is, I believe, the second one. This is the smallest, and then the next one up is the one I used. So the second from the smallest. These are awesome dies. They're in our mini catalog. And then I embossed that with the Snow, I keep forgetting the name of this one, so let me look it up real quick. Snow something. Winter Snow. It's on page 37. And that's where all of this product is, the Snowflake Splendor Suite. So I'm going to use this designer paper on the next card. And then we have the Winter Snow folder, the bundle, of course, where you can save 10% and get both. There's blue, balmy blue glimmer paper, using that on the next card, I believe. Blue adhesive backed gems, I'll be using those. And then the Snowflake Splendor ribbon. So this is a whole suite. You can order the whole thing for only $94.75. Although right now the paper is on sale, so if you order them individually, it'll be cheaper. And then you can see the whole stamp set and dies on the next page, page 38. Okay, so anyway, Winter Snow embossing folder. So let me bring that closer so hopefully you can see the design. And again, just to save time today, I'm not running it through the machine, but I've done it on many videos. So, and then in these dies, I did want to point out that it comes with 8 different dies. They're on 2 sheets. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I used this snowflake, and this one to die cut Vellum Snowflakes. So they are vellum, which is, I'll show you what vellum is here in a second. But it's a really thin see-through paper that's kind of white. And our vellum is called thick vellum, so it holds up a little better to die cutting and stamping and all that stuff, and heat embossing. You can hear that. It's a thick vellum. So I die cut those from vellum. As you can tell, this is a very white card, and that was the look I was going for, to be honest. I don't know if I'm like incredibly crazy about how it turned out, but it turned out good. It turned out good enough. But I wanted just like a white snow kind of card. So that was the effect I was going for. And then I took another piece of vellum and I stamped the greeting on it. And I pre-did that simply because it takes maybe 30 seconds to a minute to dry good, or you can heat set it. But I wanted you guys to be able to just not have to wait on that either way. So I stamped the greeting in basic gray, and it says, in the coldest moments of, what can't I read today? In the coldest moments of the year, my heart is warm because you're near. So that's the stamp I used in basic gray, and then just let it dry for about a minute or heat set it. And then last but not least, I think I'm using the silver metallic edged silver ribbon, which is a white ribbon. If you get the metallic edged gold ribbon, it's vanilla. Just FYI there. Okay, so I pre-stamped this, I pre-die cut those, pre-done everything. So all I need to do is hand cut this out just like I did the last one. I do have scissors here somewhere. Hold on, here we go. And when I first did this, I really, to keep it like super light, I stamped in Smoky Slate, which is a lighter gray. I could barely see to cut this out. It was so light. So I switched to basic gray, and that was a lot better. But cutting out the vellum, it's not any trickier, but your cuts show more, so you want them to be smooth. But otherwise, it's no different. Just make sure your ink is dry so it doesn't smear because you're touching the image so much. And with vellum, which this paper has vellum as well, adhesive shows through. So like if I ran tape runner across this, you would see that dark stripe. So we usually try to hide the adhesive when we use vellum, which I'm going to do on this part, or use glue dots as little as possible. So that's what I'll do on this greeting, is use glue dots. Okay, so there's my greeting. And now we're ready to just put this together. So let me fold my card base in half. Thank you, Sherry. Let's see. Oh, Susan, I'm sorry. Luckily, I mean, I guess the good thing is this catalog is good until the very beginning of January. So you still have time to purchase this bundle. And towards the end, I believe they give us a list of what is going to still be available in the future. So we'll know if it's coming back, or get it now, it's gone forever. The only thing about urgency is when towards the end of any of our catalogs, things that we don't manufacture, like dies, designer papers, and all the embellishments, could sell out. So you just want to be aware of that. Okay, so I'm going to grab glue dots, and I'm going to add my snowflakes with glue dots. So just try to center the dot on the snowflake. And I will put the largest one up here. So I'm calling this the white on white on white card. And I did skip a step that I thought about. We have these other actually I'm using them on the next card, but anyway, we have these white snowflake sequins. And I thought about putting one in the center of each, but I didn't. So that could be an addition as well. Okay, so I've got my little snowflake thing here. Snowflakes on snowflakes. And then I'm going to use Stampin' Dimensionals on the back. I like to use the ones that are cut up, if I can peel them off. And I just use half because to me it works just as well, but then I'm using, like, it lasts me twice as long, but it's, again, not required. A lot of people just prefer the whole one. So that is up to you. And then this is going to go right in the center of this vellum plush poinsettia paper. And then, so how I'm going to hide the adhesive on this one is just to put the adhesive where that cardstock is hiding it. I did this last week on a card as well. Pretty much same exact thing. And so same thing I said last week, it's okay with me if these are a little floppy on this card. And then the greeting, I'm like, I just literally have these glue dots. The greeting, I'm going to put one glue dot at the top center. So it will show a little bit, but it's not the end of the world. And then one right there on that Y. And that's going to go here. And then all I need to add is my bow. So I will show you how to do a bunny ear bow now. 2 bunny ears. Lots of space between them. All your fingers are pointing at you, none are pointing away. Of course, a tail on this side. And then my right hand goes over my left hand, or the right loop goes over the left one. You have like a support ribbon shape, and then that same right loop goes down into the bunny hole. And then usually it makes a not attractive bow, but then you just fix it. And when I have the chance, I like to do it from the roll so that there's no waste on that one side. I can't really do that in a class unless you're getting the ribbon with your fee. So we pre-cut it for you, but when I'm doing my own bows, that's how I do it. Okay. This bow turned out a little wonky, but we are gonna go with it. And if you win, I'll give you the other card that has the better bow. Glue dot for the bow, and that goes right there. So there is your white on white on white card. Hey Stella, no problem. It's not even my usual day. I'm looking at what you're saying, Pat. My favorite party class you did for a friend of mine from way back was a black and gray Christmas card class. Yes, you did begin in my garage, Pat. Was that Barbara who did the party? Hey Linda, hello. Thank you, Linda Carver. Thanks. Thanks, Pat, as well. Awesome. Yeah, I did think it was elegant, Martha. So here's the original. I made a little bit of a better bow. But yeah, it's kind of different. This one definitely looks better. So that's the one you can get if you win. Okay, now this last card is my favorite. Although that first one I really like a lot too. But the last one is my favorite. On this one, I'll explain why in a minute, but I already folded it in half and attached the designer paper. And then I'll explain this piece, which is that piece as well. I pre-did everything today. Let me just lay all these pieces here and then I'll say what they are. Then I'm also using the blue adhesive back gems and the snowflake sequins. And the stamp is going to say, "May your season sparkle." So cute. So you'll see that when I stamp it. Okay, so this piece is 3 3/4 by 5 before I die cut it. 3 3/4 by 5. The designer paper, which is the on sale, the awesome Snowflake Splendor designer paper, which I know I've shown once or twice on Facebook Live already. But you can get this for 15% off through the end of the month. So pretty. And it's not only snow. Like there are some that are images that are just backgrounds. But really pretty paper. So that paper is 4 by 5 1/4. I attached it because I'm making a shaker card and I always forget to do that step. And then I have like a huge raised up piece, and then it makes it more difficult to attach this to your card base later. Hopefully that'll make sense once I do all this. So I folded it in half like y'all already know how I do, and then I went ahead and attached this designer paper so that I wouldn't forget that step. Then I ran through the die cut machine, the Stampin' Cut and Emboss, this die here, which basically makes a window into your paper. And so this piece that comes out is not, in my opinion, wouldn't look very cute on a project, but I am going to use it in a way. But it cuts out that window, which you can just put a greeting behind or whatever. There's a little stitching, and then there's all the little snowflakes. So super cute. But then I ran that through the embossing folder. So die cut first and then emboss if you're going to do that. So hopefully you can see that winter snow embossing folder with all the snowflakes on here. So that's the piece I'm going to use. And then I pre-die cut these 2 snowflakes. They're the 2 smallest besides this little tiny guy. From our, what do we call it? Balmy Blue Glimmer paper. Ooh, ah. Must have. So I did all that, and then I have a piece of window sheet. I just need it big enough to cover up this hole, and I just saw some paper I didn't get out of the die cut piece. So let me measure that for you, but as long as it's bigger than the opening, you're fine. It is 2.5 by 4 1/4. And it's clear. So this is a Stampin' Up! Product. We call it window sheets. They're nice and thick. This is obviously where I've combined multiple packs together, but you can purchase a pack of window sheets. You get 2 12 by 12 sheets, and you can cut it up. They're really thick, so high quality acetate sheets. You can use any clear plastic you have, but this is a good quality one. Okay, so I think that's it. The ink I'm going to use is Pacific Point, which is the color, the dark blue color in this designer paper. And I need, what am I thinking of? Oh, right here. I'm going to do my stamping real quick. So I used this scrap for my greeting because, of course, guess what? I'm going to hand cut it out again, just like I did the other two. So just stamp it on there. So you can always find a use for nice big scraps like that. Cut it out real quick. Probably should have pre-cut this one since you've already seen it twice. But you can cut these out pretty quickly as well. So, so sorry about that. I think I planned these on Sunday. Anyway, so who knows what I was thinking at that time. I hear rain outside. Cold and rainy. Not exactly the funnest retreat weather, but I guess we'll be inside, so it'll be fine. Let me see here. Thanks for sharing, Linda. I agree, Pat. Love the paper. So pretty. Sorry, I'm having to bring it up closer to my face so I can see what I'm doing. I got a little bit off there, but it still looks cute. Okay, so there's the greeting. Okay, so to make a shaker card, basically you need an opening in a piece of paper. So a circle, a punch, a die cut, whatever, any shape you want that's big enough to see through. You cut your hole, then you add the window sheet. This is where people can get confused and not add the window sheet at the correct time, and then all your shaker pieces just fall through the hole. So I'm adding adhesive to the cardstock instead of the window sheet, and then I'll just place the window on so that it covers up the opening. Okay, so then from the front you have a window, right? And then for the shaker part of this, we're going to use our foam adhesive strips. Mine are just in a big Ziploc because I've cut them up and stuff. But when you purchase them, the strips look like this. They're this long. I always end up cutting them up into smaller strips. And these were cut for different previous events and whatever. Like, I don't remember exactly what I cut them for. But that's what I'm going to use right now, some of these cut up pieces. You can bend these to pretty much any shape, and you can piece them together as well. So I'm just going to start out with some of these. They're basically a half the length that it comes out. And what I want to do is get as close to the opening without going over so that it shows in the front. And then I don't want to cover up these holes because I just think that would look funky. So I'm just going to snip right there. You do want to have, well, I don't know why I snipped that really, but whatever. You do want to have a tight seal if whatever your shaker elements are going to be could fall through the cracks. So no break between the foams, but you can piece them together still. So this one can go this direction because, again, I just don't want to cover up these holes, nor do I want it to show on the front of the window. That's fine. And I guess we'll go with another long one. So I'm going to go this way, but then a sharp turn here, because there's no point in having your little shaker elements go into a hole where they won't be seen on the front of the card. But see how I can just bend this practically to any turn. And then I'll just use a small piece. There is a hole right here where everything would fall out. So I'll seal that up. Okay. Then, almost forgot, if I put this on the card like this, it would be very unbalanced. You know, this, I believe that's my top. It would squish down on the parts where there's no foam, basically. It would be super unbalanced. So then, just so, you could use Stampin' Dimensionals too, but I just keep using the foam to go around the edges. I don't do the entire, like every inch of it. I just do pieces, as you'll see, like spread out and, or spaced out. And what's the word I'm looking for? Oh, but if you use the same foam, you know it's the same height. So it's all lifted the same level. I personally just haven't even tested to see if our dimensionals are this tall or not. They could be. But this stuff goes pretty far, the foam adhesive sheets. And they are a low inventory, which my guess is that's because everybody's making shaker cards with this set of dies. Okay, so there we go. So now, if you've never made a shaker card before, your instinct is to put your filler in here. Then the problem is you have to peel all these off and guess at centering that. Or you have to do this and everything falls out. So what you actually do is put your filler on the paper that this is going to go down on top of. So our filler is these adorable snowflake sequins. Oh gosh. These are the ones that I said I could have put on that other card as well. I just have to use glue. So shiny. And I'm going to put quite a few in here because it's a really big opening. And I've got some extras right there. We'll see where they land. And then I'm just going to peel off. I could have done this first. But either way, peel off the backing from all of these. And it was funny, when I made my sample, and I don't know if there'll be any in here right now, I was using just, yeah, there's one, these random strips from who knows what packets, and some of them had turned really dark yellow. Do y'all see that? I guess they're really old. They still work. They're totally sticky. But I think I just had not used that particular package in a very long time, so they're all turned yellow. There's not supposed to be sequins in the middle of this, so that's this bouncing problem. That's another reason not to do it that way. I guess I could have dumped them out before I peeled all these off, but it'll be fine. It will be fine. So then you just center it like normal, you know, position it wherever it is you want it to be on your card. I should have moved those snowflakes. But again, it is fine. And now you have a shaker card. Is there a hole, or those are just the extras? I think I have a hole. Y'all like that? They're shaking out of the card. There might be a hole because of those extra sequins, but you get the idea. Super cute. Love it. And with shaker cards, you can put anything you want in there to shake around. So, pretty awesome. To finish this card off is pretty simple. We're going to add our snowflakes with the mini glue dots. I layered these on top of each other. So the paper, it peeled off the white backing a little bit. Where is that? Right here. So I placed one on here, and then this one will go right on top of that one. it is pulling the back off for some reason. Offset, you know, like usual. Cute. And then we'll do Stampin' Dimensionals for our greeting. Quite the mess here. So I'll do one there, maybe one in the middle part to balance that out. Just like that. And then last but not least, a blue adhesive backed gem. So there's a light blue and a dark blue. I used the dark one on this card, and there are 2 sizes, so a small and a large. And I'm gonna use the large one right in the center of that snowflake. And that's our last card. I haven't made a shaker card in a really long time. They're so easy, but I just haven't done it. I haven't even, like, it hasn't been an idea in my head. Thank you Martha, thank you Pat, thank you Cindy. Yes, Martha, these gems are very pretty, I agree. Here's my original. Let me bring that finished card up a little bit for a second so you can see that. Hey Helen, Terry, thank you. Thanks Oma. Yes, Linda, got to get those gems. Thanks Stella. Been holding off on getting those dies. Linda, yes, got to get them. Oh, good, Pat. She says it's supposed to stop raining this afternoon. That's a good thing. Thank you, Cindy. Oh, before I'll bring in all 3 cards like I usually do. I've shown you guys these cards, I think, last week. These were last month's online ordering special. But I wanted to show you, so this die that's in the set of dies, which is this one right here, it does not cut out a single snowflake like that blue one, for example. It just makes an opening. Like all these, your white piece stays intact, and all these little pieces that I don't know what you would do with, they're just trash, fall out. So it makes like a see-through window that you can put whatever you want behind it. So like the glimmer paper would be great. This is a piece of the designer paper. And I use the smallest snowflake in the center there, and then one of those adhesive snowflakes on that one. And then this one we did just using the, you know, we didn't make a shaker card basically. We just used it as an opening, but I used the stitch nested dies. I think that's what they're called, stitched nested dies, and it's a perfect fit. So we were able to stamp the greeting on a separate piece of paper that had been die cut out, and then attach that to this die cut out piece, and so it fit back there perfectly, and we were able to position, and there's stitching on it, so it adds another layer. So I just wanted to show those 2 other ways to use these dies as well. So let's see the 3 cards from today. Hope you guys liked it. Thank you for tuning in and supporting me and the channel, and or I don't know if this is a channel, but whatever, my videos. And then I hope, nice glare on that one. I hope you guys have a great week. Like I said, I will have to update you and let you know if I'm going to be live next week. I just don't know yet, but if not, know that I will be enjoying some team time. And if you want to join my team, let me know. We have openings. And yeah. Oh, Peggy, thanks for sharing. Thank you, Tommy. Glad you will order that. Get your discount on that. All right. Well, you guys have a great day, great week, all that. And I guess it'll be November either way by the time I see you next. I think it'll be November. So have a good Halloween if you do that. Thanks, Pam. And even if you don't do Halloween, you know, maybe enjoy a little bit of candy Saturday. Yes, Sandy, I'm glad you can do long distance too. Sandy moved away from this beautiful weather in Texas. I don't know why she did that. Thank you guys. Hopefully we will have a great retreat. We'll be safe and everybody will come home well. All right, y'all have a good one. Thank you. Bye.